This is a coin and key cup, and I'm going to show you how to make one. The first thing we need is stock. And I got a piece of walnut here. It's a cut off from something else, and I only need about this much. And it tapers, so this will all taper out. And then you need some kind of contrasting wood. Walnut's dark, and so I've got these little pieces here. These are a cut off from a holly bush. Well, it actually died. I cut it down. So these are about the right size. I have to drill holes in here for these to go into, and this one here I'll have to turn down to make it about the same size as the other three. Okay, so I'll put this on the lathe and get to turning, and when I get that set up, I'll show you what I'm doing, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, mask and face shield on. I'll be turning at about 550 RPM. As soon as I get it plugged in. You take just a little more off this end, we're done. It still feels fat right there. I think that's good enough. Okay, well, I'm going to do the same thing to the rest of them, and then I'll show you what's next. So I got my pieces all shaped, and now I need to drill a hole, 4 holes in this. I want to drill them just as close to the edge as I can without them being on the edge. And I need to use what's called a Forstner bit, because it drills a flat bottom hole. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to set this up, drill holes, and make sure these things will fit down in there. These are about 1 1/8. My drill is 1 1/4. You need a little slot because these things aren't straight, so they'll fit down in there. So I'm going to get to drilling here as soon as I get it set up. Okay, well, I got center lines drawn. Now all I gotta do is set my drill up in the right place. I want to get it out there close to the edge, but I don't want to drill through. I think that's about as close as I can get. Alright, we are ready. Okay, well here's all 4 holes drilled. It's important to get them close to the edge, somewhat the same distance from the edge, and that these things will go down in there. They go down in there about the same depth. And I measured them and all the holes are the same depth. So we're ready for the resin. Okay, well here they are, all fitted. And what I need to do now is pour resin in here, down in the cracks and stuff, fill this up with resin. I put these little things in there, little sticks, to hold them tight against the outside wall. You need to hold them tight against the outside wall so that you'll get the most contrast as you shape the cup. Now I need to put some tape around here. I'll be using some blue tape and some duct tape so that when I pour the resin on here, it'll run down in and not spill all over the outside. So I'm going to get it taped up and make my resin, and I'll show you what that looks like. Well, here's what it looks like all taped up. You can see it. And I put blue tape and then to hopefully to get it a good seal, and then duct tape to hold it tight. And I think it'll still leak. And I'll be using Total Boat epoxy resin. It's a 5-to-1. And I'll probably be using about, I don't know, 4 or 5 grams. Should be about 2.5, 3 ounces. Once I get it mixed up, I'll show you what it looks like. I've got it in there, and I put, see that brown stuff in the bottom? That's dust, sanding dust from Walnut. I put that in there to color it. Alexa, give me a 2-minute timer. You're supposed to stir this for 2 minutes. You can see it turns it brown by putting that walnut in there. And I think that's just about enough. Alexa, 2-minute timer.
2 minutes, 7 minutes.
Alexa wasn't listening to me. Never mind. Well, I'm going to keep stirring, and I'll show you what it looks like when I get ready for the pour. Well, I'm done stirring. I'm getting ready to pour it in now. Now they're loose, and I want them loose because I want to be able to pour it all the way around. Kind of take them out, pull them up and down, so it gets all around there. You can feel when it gets all around. And I didn't make enough. I gotta make a little more. Well, I got more made up, so I'll pour that in now. I think this will fill it. All right. Well, I think that does it. Make sure they're not floating. We'll find out. It didn't leak. I'm surprised. The last one leaked like a sieve. So, I think that'll do her. Well, we gotta let it dry overnight. And I'll get back down here tomorrow, probably tomorrow morning. See if it's dry, and if it is, why, be ready to trim it up and put it on the lathe and turn her down. See you in the morning. Well, did it set up? It's been a good 24 hours, and yes it has. It's hard as a rock. If it was a bigger piece with a lot more resin in it, it might take a couple of days, but as thin as this is. So what I got to do now is take the tape off and then cut this even and figure out where I want to cut the bottom off there and get it ready to mount on the lathe. So cut the top, cut the bottom, mount it on the lathe. Show you what that looks like. Okay, I got the tape off. Let me get my ears on here. Get my headphones on and we'll cut her up. Now, you want it square because you want the end straight. And you can't hold it like that, so it needs something to support underneath here. That's just a little thick. Yeah, that looks good. Turn the laser light on. And I'd say we're ready to cut. That's not bad. That's pretty good. I think I'll leave the bottom on and cut it off over on the lathe. Alright, let's find the center and get it marked and get it mounted up. Okay, got the center on both ends. Let's go do this. Well, I think the first thing I want to do is square up this end right here. And then make a tenon down here on this end. And get rocking and rolling. Mask and face shield on. That's a start. Need to tighten it up a little bit. I got to get it deep enough so that each one of these shows at the top. So I got a little more to go. Alright, now I can start shaping it. Okay, I got the basic shape down. Now I need to smooth it out, make a tenon down here on this end, turn it around and drill a hole in it. So I'll get the sand in this and making it nice and smooth and pretty, and then we'll make a tenon. Okay, well, there's some cracks on the wood and a couple of voids on the resin. I need to get some crazy glue, and I'll take some sawdust and fill those up. So I'll get to doing that. Then we can sand her down and make her nice. Just put a little crazy glue in the crack. Rub sawdust in it. And voila! That's got all the voids filled. Spray a little accelerator on there. That'll make it hard real fast. Okay, I'm ready to sand. Yeah, I'll start out with 80 grit. Looking pretty good. A little more sanding. Well, that's what it looks like, and I'm going to take it all the way up through 400 grit. So I'll get back to you when we get that done. Well, it's as smooth as glass, but we're going to make it even smoother. We're going to mix up some abrasive paste, which is it's 4-0 pumice, I believe it's called, and put that in some wax and really make it slick. Then we'll be ready to cut this off, turn it around, and drill a hole through here. Getting close to done. You can buy this stuff, this abrasive paste already made up, but it's really expensive. So what I do, I bought some 4F pumice and some Johnson's paste wax, about 2 to 1, 2 parts pumice and 1 part wax, and make my own, and it seems to work real well. So I'll get to doing that, show you what that looks like. Okay, then you just wipe it off. Take a clean rag. And it's slick. It's just like glass. So I'm ready to cut it off and drill a hole. I think I'll spray this a little shellac first. I spray it with shellac because number one, it dries real fast. Number two, it's just about compatible with anything. So I can put my final finish over the top of shellac, and the shellac kind of seals it off. You know, nothing big, just a light coat. Yeah, we'll let that dry for about 10 minutes, and I'll be ready to finish it off. Okay, I'm ready to drill my hole. I'm going to drill it about that deep, and it'll come out to about here. You don't want to drill past this, or you miss the bottom. I'll show you what that looks like when we get it all drilled out. But I'm just looking to see it. Yeah, that's pretty square. All right, so I'm going to drill. I'll show you what that looks like. Well, that's what it looks like, so I'll keep doing it until I get to my depth. Okay, I'm ready to turn it around. So I'll take it off like this. There's my tenon. Got to get that off of there. And I put this in the chuck, this cone. Tighten it down, good and tight. And I take this, this is a pressure fit. Whoops, better get this on there. Well, I don't have a center, so I better mark a center on there first. Then I'll get back to you. Okay, I got my center. Put that up there like so. Bring the tailstock up. Tighten it up. Now test it to see how true it is. Yeah, fairly close, not real close. Okay, mask and face shield on. Before I cut it completely off, I want to make sure this is flat, otherwise it won't sit flat. It's not a little high in the center. Now I'm using Sorby Sovereign Tools, and you know, they work real good, except that the high-speed steel it comes with, it goes dull almost instantly. You got to have the tungsten carbide. Otherwise, well, they're just dangerous otherwise because the tools are dull. I got a catch there, darn it. I gotta straighten it up. Well, I think it's about done. Let me get it off of here. I gotta take that little nubbin there off. But now the bottom here is kind of concave and it should be that way. Now here's what I was talking about. Oh, you can see down in there or not. See if I can get the light right. Let me get better light. You can't see that real well. Okay, yeah, there you go. See the white down in the bottom there and the kind of a cross there, crisscross? All right, if you go beyond this depth with your hole, that all disappears and it just becomes walnut. So you can't go beyond that depth or you'll lose that good look down inside there. Well, that's what it looks like. I'll probably spray a little gloss lacquer on it, cut that nubbin off, and we'll be all done. Well, here it is. I put 3 coats of shellac on it, and I think that's all I'm going to do. It's looking pretty good. I'll take it up and show the final review in just fact right now. Well, here they are in all their glory. This is the one I just made that you saw me make. I think I like, this is my first one. I think I like it better. I like the color of the wood better. You can see down inside there what they look like when you don't drill too deep. Same thing with this one. This one is walnut and holly, and this one is cypress and maple. The third one I made, the one in the middle that you don't see, I gave that away. But that's it. There it is in all its glory. Hey, thanks for watching. You know, a thumbs up maybe, subscribe maybe, share maybe. Get that algorithm working for me instead of against me. Sometimes I think I'm shadow banned, meaning that they hide my stuff intentionally. But I don't think that's true. I don't do anything that outrageous. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. And in the meantime, while you keep your shutter clicking and your wheels turning, and I'll catch you on the rebound. Bye now.